So this is George Penner, who is the founder of George's Gourmet Kitchen. And so George, could you tell us how did George's Gourmet Kitchen begin?
How did it start? Well, it started a few years ago. I built a wood-fired oven in the backyard. Started making pizzas. People liked them. Started making some for school kids. One point I made bagels. People said, "Oh, I haven't had bagels. I never had bagels in India." And one day somebody from a store in Chennai was following me in the bazaar and sort of said, "Listen, I want your product." So I started sending them to Chennai, and then a couple of people here also picked them up in Kodai. So it kind of grew from that. That's your probably the best way to start is to be doing something you like and have it turn into a business.
That's great to hear the beginnings of George's Gourmet Kitchen. And could you tell us what are the health benefits of consuming non-processed food products?
It's probably easier to tell you the negative health benefits of eating highly processed foods, which are most fast foods, etc. They can dramatically increase your chances of getting sick, diabetes, hypertension, all of that. There's often very little nutritional value in highly processed foods. The very best thing is to be cooking your own food fresh and eating lots of raw vegetables, things like that. People don't always have time for that. And so there is a market for prepared foods that are not overly processed. And that's what we try and deliver.
Great. And so how can students' actions contribute to local businesses?
To small businesses. Well, okay, a lot of businesses in Kodai, say, don't really offer very much to Kodai school students. You know, the Kodai school students go out to, restaurants. They're not really going to go shop at a hardware store or buy sari fabric, go to the vegetable market. So there's a lot of shops that just have no functional use in the student for students. However, what I'd say is that when students do go to places, they should treat people fairly. Definitely don't steal. There have been cases where a couple of years ago, students broke into a place that was selling ice cream and were stealing ice cream at night. Graduating students, they almost got canned. They should have been, in some ways, fired at that particular time because that's a horrible thing to do. These people are trying to make a living. They're trying to provide a service. And there's a tendency, a lot of students at Kodai School are fairly elite. They often feel very entitled. And that's a dangerous thing. Elitism is as bad as racism or sexism when you treat people that you feel are inferior and somehow present yourself as superior. So to not be arrogant when you go into shops is really important. To not treat waiters like they're your personal staff. You shouldn't be treating your personal staff that way. A lot of students come from homes where there are servants and you can treat them any way you want. And that's a dangerous thing to go on in life. It's certainly changed in the West. People don't have that, don't accept some of those elite attitudes. And it will be changing in India too. So I would say that being well-behaved, treating people the way you would like to be treated, being fair in your dealings. Don't try and cheat the merchants because they are very marginal often. They don't make a lot of money. So those are the main things that I would say, the ways that students can interact positively with the community.
Okay. So thank you so much, George. Thank you so much for your time.
You're most welcome. Bye now.
Bye.